Mhm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. Today, we're back with Inpatient. That's Ren and Chris Webby coming at you live. You're not exactly live. I think this came out like last week. So it's a little late, but things have been hectic. School's coming to a close, so things are very busy. But I'm very excited to jump into this. Should be amazing. If you, I was going to say maybe if you don't like spiders that much, this might not be the video for you, especially considering we're starting with a spider's foot. But Tarantula is the biggest spider in the game, and they're about to catch some flies in their web. So without further ado, love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. Ooh. Ooh.
Tarantula, gang, right from the stereo. Gargantuan, goddamn fit for a burial. A cannula from my wrist, sick material. A chronically ill, I just let go. There's a crack in my design. Like an echo, these thoughts replay in my mind. There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead.
The reflection? Oh, that's dope.
I hate these side effects that get left by the man. I got the devil on my shoulder, and the weight might break my back.
Even that switch up, I love it.
Losing my composure, and I might crash. And so they say that my persona has a tendency to come so undone, and my identity is stuck inside this white room I painted black. Tarantula,
bro.
contractile muscular. I'm venomous, brain fangs right to your jugular. Cutting your brains on the rug and your blood on the comforter. Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher. I'm a rabbit rack, then I'm trapping them in the web. Then I wrap them up like a package for afterwards in the shed. I'm carnivorous in the blood of these rappers. Is how I'm fed. To live a death like Dexter.
Oh, bro, that's sick.
In my head, and they know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00. Fuck a cheat code. My ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color I know. Yeah, I painted it black. It was dark as my soul. So fuck it, let's go. I got the devil on my shoulder.
Oh, damn.
And the weight might break my back. I'm losing my composure and I might crash. And so they say that my persona has a tendency to come so undone, and my identity is stuck.
I love that.
This white room I painted black.
Yo. How do you do that for so long? That's wild. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a vibe.
Whoa, back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract the punch, price that blow. Chiropractic, back snapping, fat base,
Oh.
Massive, bro, casual, this shit easy, G. Ride the beat, come on, you know me. Designed to be the best, need the best to test me. Watch me rise up victoriously. Yeah, we back on that loose again. Representing that loony bin. Give a fuck if I lose or win.
Oh, that's sick.
Then I'm hit when I strike the bang. Got a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane. But I know that part of me likes the pain. Like a masochist, spider biting, antagonist, biting, sighting, paralysis, vital signs of a pathogen. Striking deep in the heart to repeat a Parker, but darkestly black and bruise on the mark. I leave random web is the thread you see.
Venom, because it's black and
Show up in silent, hill bumping, twisted metal behind the wheel. We pose a threat, pulling you under. Hope you can hold your breath and kill them all until there's no one left. Tarantula.
Brother. Oh my god, that went hard. Holy, that was sick. Yo, there's so many like little bars throughout the whole thing too, especially like this is something that we saw especially in Fire in the Fire in the Booth. He called himself Spider Ren. So it's literally Spider Ren and Chris Webby. Yo, they're yo. There's so many layers, bro. This is actually nuts. What a banger track. Like the flows were so sick. And they switched it up enough to give it like a different edge in every verse, but still keeping the same consistency of tempo, which I really liked. And then the switch up in the flow in the second half, or like second whenever that, like in the breakdown, was such a different vibe. It started off almost like old like rock punk ish, like grunge maybe, and then we kind of move into this space of like whatever, like almost electro, whatever you would call that. Such a cool blend of genres, and they're rapping through both, which shows the connection that they have to both, but also able to kind of like flex their muscles, their lyrical muscles, in so many different styles of music. Damn, man, that was fire. Oh man. Oh, I got hiccups. Perfect. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna listen. I want to break down the lyrics a little bit. There were some fire bars in there. I hope that you enjoyed. If you're heading out, love you. Take care. But we're gonna go back and listen to that again. That was sick. Also, man, when he had let the tarantula kind of like climb on his face and stuff. Damn. That's dedication. But I love it. Let's go. Like, this is such a cool start to the song. Oh, also of note, tarantula, the biggest spider, right? So it's like they're literally like they're casting out their web, and they're catching not just their enemies, which was like they mentioned it kind of throughout the song, but like the other rappers, right? People that are like, kind of like biting their style, they're biting back. But beyond that, it's like they have such a big network, right? And they're creating a big network, and that's what they're trying to do through their music, which is such a wicked metaphor, because most people think of that as trapping, right? Like that's probably the first thing that comes to mind, is like the fact that the tarantula is hunting its prey. But beyond that, a tarantula is creating a network of webs, and that's what they're doing. They're literally both using the spider metaphor, connecting people across the world through music, through genres. And that's such a sick like connection they've made just using the one word. Oh, and sorry, so sorry, but the metaphor for the white room, right? Like it's like they've been told that they're crazy their whole lives. They are literally, their name is Inpatient, because part of the whole time they've been told, one is probably you're crazy, you're never gonna make it, but two is like the things that they've gone through in terms of diagnoses, and then three is like the way that people who have radical ideas, radical doesn't always mean bad, right? Radical just means very, very different. And they've probably been told like it's crazy, you're never going to be able to do the things that you want to do, especially in the social progress they're trying to make. And look at them now, they're able to do it. But it starts off in this white room where you're being told that you're crazy, and they're like, you know what, fine, you think that's crazy, we're going to paint it black. And that's so sick. That's like taking what you've been told and then using it to kind of propel yourself forward. I love it.
Tarantula, gang, right from the stereo. Gargantuan, goddamn fit for a burial. A cannula from my wrist, sick material. A chronically ill sound for your area.
I love that. I love that he says a cannula from the wrist, because cannula is actually like, if you think about, it's the thing that's left in after an injection that allows you to kind of receive the treatment. And so he's literally saying, in my blood, in my own inner self, in the thoughts that I have and the things that I put forward, I'm putting all my music into this. Literally his blood, but then his sweat and his tears, and all of that is all his ideas, but his literal like life. He's put his whole life in his music, and so he's shooting that to us, which is such a brilliant way to say that.
There's a crack in my design. Like an echo, these thoughts replay in my mind.
That's sick too, because it's like an echo. So an echo is like when you hear the rebound of a sound, but it's in the, like it's gone far away, right? Like that's what the echo is. It's coming back to you. So it's like you've been saying this from the beginning. So time wise, these are thoughts that he's had since the very beginning, and so it's like literally they're echoing in his mind. So they've always been there. Now they're finally making their way back, and it seemed to be creating this ripple effect. And that's such a cool way to think about it.
There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead. Then I hate these side effects that get left by the man.
And that's a whole thing too, because oftentimes we've talked about it here before, but sometimes these meds can make you feel like a zombie, right? And so, but he's saying, is like, you know what? I took that and I said, there's no rest for the dead. So if I'm already dead, why not just run with it? And that also is a metaphor for how, like, he was kind of considered in terms of his music for a little while, because he wasn't really being played. He wasn't really being signed as much. And when he did get signed, he got sick. And so he wasn't able to kind of follow through with that. And so in a lot of ways, the music industry probably thought of him, and not just music industry, but people in general probably thought of him as like, he's not going to make it. So he's like dying in terms of his popularity, in terms of his music. And so he's like, well, if I'm already dead, why even rest? Let's go. Let's take this up to 100. And that's what we're doing. We're going from white to black. We're going from 0 to 100. And that's so sick. Oh my God. It's like a complete shift in the mind. I love it.
I got the devil on my shoulder, and the weight might break my back. I'm losing my composure, and I might crash.
Because the devil on your shoulder is like, the devil is the one who's usually giving you the bad ideas, but the bad ideas are the ones that are kind of what he needed to do. Because like what people were telling him wasn't going to work, it's working now, right? And so it's like that devil on his shoulder, what he was. That devil also, like, lyrically, he's like, it's genius level, right? It's almost like we go back to what we were talking about when he makes that deal with the devil to sign away his life, and and then gets the music as a result. This is all part of his inner demons that fed into this. And so those inner demons that he has, they're actually the voices that he needs to put out there. And but it's getting so heavy, it's getting so overbearing, it's literally feeling like it's breaking his back. It's so sick.
My composure, and
I might crack. I love that.
And so they say that my persona
has a tendency to
come so undone now.
and my identity is
Stuck inside this white room, I painted black.
Oh man, I love that. Stuck inside this white room painted black. It's like, yeah, you think I'm crazy? I'm not, bro. I'm really not. And it's like, this is like, you're starting to understand that this idea that the world has of you is incorrect. And so that identity that they're trying to box you into, literally in the room, but then also figuratively, like in your mind, it's wrong. It's not who you are. And in fact, the things that he's putting forward, things that they're putting forward, are so good. Like as a message, socially, emotionally, like that kind of thing, but also just as music alone is so dope. And that's what we're seeing now. And it's like that confidence to be like, you know what? Fine, I'll paint this whole room black. That's because it's like, yeah, I understand that what your ideas are wrong. And I know that that these thoughts that are swirling around my head, they're not wrong. The idea of progress is not wrong. It's simply being held back by those who don't want to see progress. And that's so goddamn cool.
Tarantula, bang bang, contractor muscular. I'm venomous, spring fangs right to your jugular. Cutting your brains on the rug and your blood on the comforter. Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher. Rabbit.
I love, anytime they include like these references and stuff, man, I eat that up. So he's saying like Peter Parker because it's the good side, right? Like Peter Parker is the hero. He's Spider-Man, which obviously relates, but then he's the hero, right? Because he's the one who's the good guy trying to help people out. And that's partly how he's coming at you, right? And he's saying venomous, sinking his fangs into you so that you understand his music. Like that's not even like, that's not literal, obviously. It's the metaphor of his music. What we've got at the start was they're pumping this through the speakers, right? And so their music is literally infectious, but not infectious in the sense that like a disease is infectious in terms of like the venom. And that's a different kind of, let's say, inhibition, but like, you know what I mean? Beyond that, he adds the Punisher, which is like the Punisher is willing to go to any lengths to do what is right? Like he's like a vigilante. He's a true vigilante. And that's what they're feeling like, is like when they're trying to be the hero, but they have to be the vigilante in order to be the hero. And that's what they're kind of putting hand in hand here. And that's cool that we get the black and white shot, because the Punisher's whole theme is black and white. On top of that, Venom, who is Spider-Man's like almost opposition, it's the symbiote. His theme is also black and white, and the symbiote itself is like alien. And I love that we're going to talk about it later, because he talks about it. He says it in the rap later. But like it's almost like their thoughts feel alien, and this impressive ability they have to conjure music out of seemingly thin air so repeatedly, consistently, and with so much like high level and high degree of just amazingness. It feels so alien and foreign, and I love that we get all these callbacks. Oh my god.
For the part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher. I'm a rabbit arachnid, I'm trapping them in the web. Then I wrap them up like a package for afterwards in the shed. I'm liverous in the blood of these rappers is how I'm fed. To live a death like Dexter, dark as the passenger in my head. And they know.
Dude, I think I haven't watched Dexter, but I think Dark Passenger is actually related to that. But okay. The whole section here, I want to go. Okay, I actually threw myself off by thinking about Dexter. Let me go back. Oh no, so they wrap him up and then leave him in the shed because it's like, yeah, like all the other opponents that they have in the rap game, they're not worried about them. In fact, they're so calm about it because they know they're carnivorous. They'll feed on their own kind, and their own kind are not. If you're not big enough to mess, like if you're not able to deal with them, they will literally kill you, and that's what they're doing. They're taking their lyrics, their music, and shutting down those who oppose them. And I love that. It's such a confident line in such a metaphorical delivery that it almost comes off as like just cool, but it's like layered. And this is what I'm saying when these guys write is like there's so many levels to their writing, and they deliver these bars that sound so simple and like you can always just chill and listen to them and like vibe out. But if you really kind of start cracking it down and breaking it down, there's so much going on in their heads and in their thoughts. And this is why these two are such a force. It's so cool.
This is how I'm fed. To live a death like Dexter, dark as the passenger in my head.
But also dark as the passenger in your head goes back to the room painting it black because like you're being told these demons in your head are the ones pushing you forward to murder these rappers, but you're murdering them in the hopes that it creates a better outcome where maybe you change the way that rap is even seen and change the way that people think about rap in the sense that the delivery doesn't always have to be about money, cars, power, that kind of thing, right? Like where we see a lot of like mainstream media does or mainstream rappers do. And they're like, forget it. That's not the method for us. If that's what you're going with, we'll kill you. We're Dexter. We'll put you down. We'll use our venom and just bring you down to your knees, bury you in the ground. And it's so sick.
I'm a killer on the low, patient 00, fuck a cheat code. My ammo's unlimited, I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color I know. Yeah, I painted it black, it was dark as my soul. So fuck it, let's go.
Even the 20 below, I love. There's so much happening there, but like the 20 below, I love that because it's like they're cold freezing because they got those cold flows, and it's so it's such a bar. God damn, this whole thing. I want to go back and listen just one more time to that section.
You're in my head, and they know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00, fuck a cheat code. My ammo.
Patient 00. Did you say cheat code?
My head, and they
Sorry.
Know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00, fuck a.
Yeah, okay, patient 00. And it's like 00 is like because they're both patient 0. They're both the beginning of a new infection, which is hilarious that we were talking about infections a second ago. But it's like, yeah, they're trying to create this change, and it's almost like this growing widespread illness or like disease, the way that it spreads. It's literally it's infectious, and that's what they're doing. They are patient 0 starting the infection, and hopefully it creates the change that we need to, and that will be the social movement that we see. And we're seeing it already. But this is how they felt. They felt like patient 0. And beyond that, they felt like patient 0 for the things they had to go through, like mentally and emotionally, to get to this point. And the way that they were treated, probably in like terms of their medical treatment, which is crazy. The level of bars, guys.
My ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color.
Oh, that's good too. I only stop when I gotta reload because it's like his ammo's unlimited, which means he's got bars after bars after bars and music after music after music, track after track after track. The only reason they have to stop is because you can't have a track that keeps on going forever, so you gotta reload. Because no one will listen to a song, probably. I bet we all would, for these guys at least, that just kept on going forever. So you have to reload, right? Like you literally have to take a break and then come back. And that's what they're saying. It's like, even though I have to reload, that doesn't mean that I ran out of bars when I stopped the track. What that actually means is I'm hitting pause so that people can appreciate that track, and because I have so much more to give you, you're going to keep seeing more and more and more. So I'm just reloading. I'm not out of ammo. Oh, what a bar. I even love that, like the mirror that's held up in front of them. First, it's pretty stable, right? Like the reflection is like the person holding it up is holding it pretty steady, but now it's kind of like moving around. It's like now we're starting to see the cracks form, starting to see the instability or like the destabilization of probably like the industry itself and the way that people thought about them and the way that they're bringing music to the table, bro, and the way they're reflecting about themselves.
And the weight might break my back. I'm losing my composure and I might crack. And so they say that my persona
has a tendency to
come so undone that
and my identity is
stuck inside this white room I painted black.
This is wild to me, man. I love that it's not until we get the support of others that we start to see the room actually get fully painted, because now it's like that understanding of, yeah, I wasn't wrong, bro. I know it's true. And these people who support me, they know it's true. And the people who support me out there that I haven't even met yet, they know it's true. So it's once we start to get that communal feeling, and once we see that ripple in the water of that social change and music change, that now the room gets to fully be painted black. Bro, that's wild. And they're all wearing relatively like raver or like gothic style clothing, which is like they're also wearing generally black. So you can see that it's those individuals who support this and those individuals who agree with this and those individuals who are kind of the same wavelength, that's what's allowing this to come to fruition. And I even go so far as to say that like part of it is like the devil is in their minds, right? Like the demons in their minds that are helping them contribute to this too. But I really like the metaphor of like this is now a communal building of the music, building of the room, and painting the walls black from what they used to be. That's crazy. Yo. Even the screen or the camera, that's wild. And look at the change in style of the shots. Now it's not, it's almost like manic here, right? Like there's more excitement, there's more brevity, there's more happiness. And you're seeing people dance and jump around. And in this darkness, they found the light. They're literally holding light. And that's what the music is. Oh my God, it's so cool. Oh man, I'm getting too excited. But like, this also goes back to what Ren is talking about, where it's like the light is that hope, and that hope is what we found, and that's what's allowed us to make this room our own and to enjoy this room to the degree that we're enjoying it, brother. And look, oh god damn. Bro, what was that? Counteractive? Sorry. Oh, I love that this is the most replayed. You can tell people love this vibe.
Whoa, back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract upon tracks that blow.
Counteract upon tracks that blow, because it's like even if a song doesn't go right, we're gonna counteract it. Especially like, sorry, not them, but like they're counteracting the songs that blow up, which is like songs that are so cool in mainstream media, which are like we were talking about earlier. The message isn't really there. They're taking their music and counteracting it, and then using that to create more change and positivity, which counteracts how those actually blow in the other sense, not just blowing up in terms of popularity, but blow because they suck, right? And I love that, dude. Layers. Oh my god, I love chiropractic back snapping, and it's like literally like snapping back. So you're literally taking things back to how they should be too, but it's chiropractic. So chiropractic is snapping your back to fix it. Yeah.
Chiropractic by snapping fat base gymnastic, mash it up massive, bro. Casual, this shit easy G. Ride the beat,
easy G, like, oh, that's so sick. Yeah, see, and this is what I was saying, is like representing the people who have been told they're crazy their whole lives based on the ideas that they have, and their ideas are usually probably not like obviously not always, but like these ideas that we're talking about here are progressive and not just I don't even mean just progressive in the sense of like, you know, social change. I mean emotional growth and mental growth as well, and supporting those who have been told their whole lives that you're crazy and these things that you think about, why are you even thinking about them, don't even worry about it. But now they're giving those people a platform too, and that's who's coming to support them at this place. Oh,
victoriously, yeah, we back on that loose again, representing that loony bin. Give a fuck if I lose or win when that spider bite go right through the skin.
Yo, and that's sick too. He's like, I don't care if you like me or love me or hate me. Like, that's not the point. I'm not trying to win I'm not trying to like I don't care if I lose, especially when it comes to like the way that the industry treats me. That doesn't matter to me. The thing that matters is that this reaches you. So when he says like venom hits when I strike the vein, one is like the rappers who were kind of counteracting here, bringing them down, but then also like hitting us, the audience, in a way that's different and changes the way that we behave, which is like the venom, right? It's like it's not actually poisonous. Or sorry, venom and poison are different, but it's not actually toxic to us. It's actually enlightening in a lot of ways, and that's why it's literally venom hitting, changing the way we behave and think. So it is in that sense a change in behavior. Wow.
Venom hit when I strike the vein. Got a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane. But I know that part of me likes the pain. Like a monster, spider biting, antagonist, biting, sighting, paralysis, vital signs of a pathogen. Striking deep in.
There you go. Vital signs of a pathogen. So it's like vital signs being like the feeling of life or like the signs of life. And then it's like pathogen because it's infecting everybody. I love that so much. My God.
Biting, antagonist, biting, sighting, paralysis, vital signs of a pathogen.
Oh, dude, that's sick too. Biting and then inciting paralysis. Because it's like those that listen, they just stop and freeze. You're like, what is this? This is amazing. But also your enemies, they stop and freeze. Who are like, yo, this is amazing, but for a different reason. We, as the audience, are like, this is amazing. It's enlightening. It lifts up our spirits. It makes us open our eyes and think different ways. And their enemies are like, yo, I'm freezing up because I don't know what to do because you're so goddamn good.
Striking deep in the artery, Peter Parker, but dark as the black and bruise on the mark. I leave random web is the thread you see. Got
Yeah.
I'll give your spine a chill. So
That's they even like because random web is the thread you see. What's what I was saying earlier, where they're connecting everybody, and they are the literal thread that goes from person to person in this network that's being built up. Oh my God.
random web is the thread you see. Got time to kill. Murder on my mind. I'll give your spine a chill. Show up in silent hill, bumping twisted middle behind the wheel. Pulling you under. Hope you can hold your breath and kill them all until there's no one left. Tarantula.
Oh, brother. And it ends with them like the tarantula that's the only thing left, and it's the black and white shot. It's the black tarantula in the white room. Oh my God, there's so much going on. Oh, wow. Just wow. These guys, man. I always just leave every song impressed, and I just wow. Hope that you enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was phenomenal. And I can't wait to the next one because it just keeps getting better. It's just every song is banger after banger. Man, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that your week is better than your day. Your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all. I will see you on the next one. God damn.